Hey, how you doing, guys? Today we're working on a 2012 Honda Civic. We're going to be replacing the thermostat. I got codes P0128 for coolant thermostat, coolant temp below thermostat regulating temperature. So I got the piece, and right now we're going to replace it. We're going to remove the bracket that sits in front of the thermostat housing. It's secured by two 10mm bolts, two tabs for the wire harness that runs in front of it, and also two sensors, one for the O2 and I'm pretty sure the other one's to the alternator, I think. Pretty sure. So I moved the bracket over and now exposes the thermostat housing. It's only connected by two 10mm bolts, so we're gonna break that loose with the 1/4" ratchet. Okay, that's one, that's two, and I got my son helping me out as well. Then we're gonna use the electric ratchet to zip it off. One, two. There you go. So now you can see here, I'm able to just free it by pulling it off after those two 10mm bolts were removed. You can see the thermostat inside. So just to note, I do pay attention to how it sits in there, because the same way you pull it out is the same way you're gonna have to put it back in, following the rubber and the position of the thermostat. So I pull it out with needle nose. As you can see there, it's kind of bent, and it's not the metal. I guess it's just a flap, like the rubber that sits along. So there's a new part. I got it from Honda, genuine. It was about 60 bucks. Went ahead and replaced it and make sure everything sat correctly from the gasket to the actual thermostat. Put it back in, put the housing on top, put the 10mm bolts back in, both of them. You definitely want to secure them nice and tight so it doesn't leak out of there, but definitely not too tight where you strip out the bolts, because that would be a pain. Definitely pay attention to where that wire harness sits in terms of the bracket. It's supposed to sit on top. So over here I zip it up, tie it up all together, and then next step I'm going to be putting the pipe back up and add coolant. When adding coolant, one needs to make sure that they bleed the system out properly. And after bleeding out the system, you would also need to clear the check engine light, turn the car on again and let it run for a couple of minutes, make sure that everything works properly, nothing's leaking, and the check engine light doesn't come back on. All right, other than that, job's completed. Have a good one, guys.
Much better to be